Greetings people! In today's video I'm going to show you the most brutal slash the most extreme, I think that's what we're gonna go with, the most extreme albums in my collection. There probably are some that are just extreme, but you know, I'm not like super obsessed with the brutal shit, rah, where I'm like picking up everything that sounds brutal. It gotta have like songs, or at least something memorable about it that stands out. Because there's no shortage of fucking brutal music, but you know, it's gotta jam. You know, you gotta at least be able to remember some riffs when the album is over. Which is why I'm not into war metal, because and a lot of grindcore is the same way. But there's also like brutal death. Also in like more modern times has also fallen into that. The same with gore grind, and I'm not really into gore grind that much for that reason. Even the more catchy ones, like the earlier ones like Carcass, and I'm for some reason it doesn't really grab me. But nonetheless, I do have one album in here which we can throw in that category, and this is the first one I'll show. I don't know why you would watch a video about this topic if this bothers you. But nonetheless, I'll give the disclaimer. So if graphic imagery and gory shit bothers you, then click off this video right now, because this cover I'm about to show doesn't leave anything up to the imagination. So yeah, here it is. It's Disgorge from Mexico with Forensic, their second full-length album. And yeah, that cover is fucking nasty as fuck. But the best thing about it is that the music actually sounds like the cover. Like, you gotta fucking sound nasty if you gotta use like a photo like this for your cover. And these guys, they do it. This is like some really fucking gnarly, like brutal death metal, and some kind of like mixture of like grindcore, so you can like throw it into gore grind. But yeah, just fucking Antimo's vocals on here are just so fucking nasty. Not only his growls, they sound kind of like inhuman, the way he like barks them out. And I don't know if any like his vocals have been pitch shifted. There are some live tracks on this thing which yeah, I don't think I'm gonna show the back cover of this. This might be a little bit too much for YouTube. Now that I think about it, I don't think the album cover is okay for YouTube, but I've seen it shown on there before, so yeah, none of the goddamn less, I'm not taking any chances showing the track list. But there are some live tracks on here where his vocals are pretty spot on to the album, so I don't think they have been pitch shifted, at least not like the majority of them. But other than that, he just does some really fucking like just some really weird and like nasty wet sounds with his mouth. It's like really fucking gross. The bass and the guitars just have this like really nasty like sound to them. I don't know how they made it sound like this, but it's fucking great. Yeah, this album just has like atmosphere and spades. It's like really an uncomfortable listen. Like this album kind of like gives you that vibe of being like captured by some fucking drug gang or something. I don't know. It's really a nasty fucking album. And so fucking brutal. But here's the thing with this album. There's some like really tasteful fucking leads on this thing, which just gives this like extra bit of creepiness to the songs that sound like really demented. And it's so good, and the riffs are good. But the thing is that this album is a little bit too long for this. Like, when your album is just extreme, just to be extreme, it's cool and all if you have good songs. But man, it overstays its welcome. It comes in like 40 minutes long, and it's like by track 8, I'm just like, I'm just all brutal out, and I'm just ready for the album to be over. So I actually listen to this album as if it's like 2 EPs. So like, for example, one day I was driving to work, I would listen to the first half on the ride there, and then on the way back I listened to the second half. And then I actually enjoyed the second half a lot more than I usually do. There's some like really great ideas on the B-side on this. It's just like, you can only fucking crush my skull so many goddamn times in a row before it starts to get repetitive. So that's a bit of a shame, but nonetheless, fucking great album. We got the almighty Malik. I guess I'll show the CD first, because I'm like zoomed in on the CD. We got the almighty Malignancy with Inhuman Grotesqueries. And man, this fucking album is one of the most just sick and fucking just insane albums ever, in my fucking opinion. Like, the technicality on here is insane. But at the same time, it's like the songs comes first. It's not just like technical just to show off. Ron just like has a really catchy way of writing really technical stuff, or like laying it out. Like him and Michael are like laying it out in a way so it actually sort of makes sense and it's really catchy. Oh yeah, let me show the full cover of this sickness. Goddamn. And you know, this is like you know, when it comes to Malignancy, I think everything in that catalog is just complete fucking gold. And I find it hard to pick a favorite album by them. If I have to pick like a favorite full length, I would say Eugenics is probably my least favorite, but not by much. And then honestly, it's like a coin toss between the Intrauterine Cannibalism, this album, and the latest album, Discontinued. I think they're like equally as goddamn good. Look at this sickness. God damn. And the disc is like really cool looking. These extra pieces of art. I of course also own this on an LP, goddammit. So we're gonna look at insane production. I'm gonna switch the camera zoom so I can show you LPs now. Ooh, look at this sharp ass fucking cover. When it comes to like the fucking songs on here, I just like so fucking bad shit insane. Like you almost can't keep up with it. Like the riffs are so fucking spastic, and there's like so many pinch harmonics. It's insane. It's like transitioning from like fucking beatdown riffs to like fast like grinding shit in like mere seconds. It's fucking nuts. But there are like songs that like have like there's some riffs that repeat, but most of the time it's just like the song progresses in a way that makes sense. So it's like takes one idea and builds off it. Songs like that are like Neglected Rejection, Skeletal Integrity, Predicated Malformations, and Organic Machinery. Those songs like really stand out. They have like a natural progression. But then there are songs that are just like nothing repeats, nothing makes sense, but it's still memorable because of the unique way it's done. Like for example, Protagonist Complacence. That's probably one of my favorite songs on here. That song, that fucking song, I don't know what the fuck that was. what Ron was smoking some really good weed when he came up with that, the riffs there. It's just like it's so fucking nuts, man. And I just love how there's like all this like this moment where it just stops and then it just comes in swinging again. I mean, it's just like it's so nuts. And Embryological Teratomas is another song like that, and the title track. Yeah, Genital Hemangomia, another one of those. And probably like the most vicious fucking song on the album is probably Indigenous Pathogen. I don't know why, but every time I hear that song, it just makes me move. I fucking lose my shit every time I hear it. It's like this album, it doesn't overstay its welcome. And I love how it like starts off with like a little interlude, but then it like jumps you right in. And then at the end of it, that interlude like kind of returns as an outro. And it just gives you like a minute or two to just like unwind and make your brain return to normal. And you're like, oh, this is what normal music sounds like. It's great. And I love how the final song, it closes out really, you think it's gonna close out on the only fucking slow moment on the entire album when there's like that chugging riffs. But then it like goes into some more crazy shit, only to go back to the fucking chugging riff, and then it ends. Like out of all the ones I'm showing you here, this is easily my favorite one. I have got the colored wax. I got this is the only color one, which is just like this red black merch. But this should really be on a fucking gatefold. It's actually a triple it could actually be done as a triple fold-out, the cover. It's like this, the back art here on the CD. It's like a continuation of the 2 original pieces of art which I showed you on the CD that folds out. Dude, this needs to be on like a gatefold LP minimal, or if you could make a triple fold-out, that would be really cool, so you can get the whole art piece in one continuation. I would fucking love that. Oh, and another thing I almost forgot with this album is another cool thing I own is the 2005 promo for the album, which the man printed up because I think Rich Lipscomb died at that point, or was that not yet? I don't know when exactly he died. But nonetheless, they were looking for a new label, so they made some promos, and this is just 3 songs off the album. It's not predicated malformations. The songs are such like tongue twisters. It's I'm blanking on the name. Indigenous Pathogens, first one, and then Embryological Teratomas and Genital Hemangomia at the end. So on. And it's like the production on this is so fucking nasty. And it's a really cool piece to own. And I actually bought this one from Dave Rotten himself on Discogs. He was selling this. He just posted it and I just bought it immediately because I was actually buying it from another guy before, but after I bought it he was like, yeah, I'm sorry dude, I can't find it, so he refunded me. But yeah, then Dave Rotten posted it shortly after, and I was like, initially I was like, it sounds nasty, it sounds cool, but it's like 5 minutes of music and it's the same songs as on the album, so do I really need it? But then, like, that guy who posted it for a really cheap price, so I was like, oh, might as well go for it. But then, when he didn't have it, I was like, nah, dude, I gotta have it. Alright, next up, this is one I've gotten into pretty recently. And I was fucking blown away by this album. I just had to buy it. This album is this is like unreal fucking brutality. Knitting with agonal hymns, and the art on this shit is so like washed out. So this album came out in 2023, pretty recently, but it's done by Matt Kilner. It actually, when I zoom in, you can actually see it. Wow, great. Matt Kilner, I think he was in Gorguts kind of recently and some other projects I can't remember, but yeah, he does everything on this album: mixing, mastering, all instruments, vocals, all lyrics. The only thing that was not done by him on this album was the album cover, which was done by a different guy, Cam Smith. But yeah, this album is just like one of those albums that you just stumble across and you're like, how did I get here? Started off with like Judas Priest, and now I'm here. And then like a couple of hours pass and you put it on again and you're just like, this is great, I love it, and just keep jamming it. This album is truly fucking mind-boggling. I don't even know how to describe it. When you crank this on the fucking speakers, it feels like there's like an earthquake going on. But even though as great as it is to crank this on the speakers, I actually recommend that you listen to this with the headset. For some reason, like some of the magic is lost when you listen to it on speakers, like some of the details are kind of lost. But yeah, I mean, as fucking extreme as this fucking album is, it actually has fucking songs, which I just love about it. It's like lean and mean, 23 minutes. It doesn't overstay its welcome. But it's like, and it does also put thought into how the album is laid out. So like the first 4 songs are just like straight ahead going for the throat. But then we get the 5th song, Wreath in Saw. That's like a mid-pace song on the album. The only like mid-pace song on the album. But it comes in just when the fucking fast-paced nature of the first 4 songs and the unrelenting fucking brutality of them starts to get a bit ear fatigue. Then that song comes in and it's just what you need at that moment, and it's fucking great. And then it picks up again with Feverish, Pimpy Worship. Yeah, great song titles. But it's not like super fast going into it. It's just kind of like it's easy to like bang the head to it. So it's just a great way to get started again. And then Seeping Push of Ancient Wounds, it like kicks up the brutality again. But you get like so many fucking catchy riffs on the tail end of the song. It's great. And then we get a little interlude. And then somehow, some fucking way, the last song manages to be the most fucking relentless song on the album. I don't know how he did it. Maybe it's because of the creepy synths / I think it's some sort of instrument and then a synthesis layer on top of it. I don't know how he made that sound, but they sound like really creepy. And they kind of like were on the first song, but then they return on this song. And it just adds some like really nice, really adds an extra layer to the song. It makes it like more kind of like disturbing to listen to, I guess. I don't know how he did that, because I was like, when I was listening to this the first time, I was like, there's no way the last song is actually going to stand out, but it does. So that's amazing. The vocals on this album, they sound like a motorbike, and that doesn't even do them justice. It's like they're so guttural. It sounds like the microphone is inside his throat. There's like this moment where the vocals are like stuttered or something like that, and it just sounds really fucking... Dude, I don't even know how to describe it. I think I have to listen to this album fucking 50 times before I can give you an accurate description of what I've just heard. I love the snare sound on this. Sounds like a trash can. It's just perfect. There's lots of like catchy fucking moshing riffs on this, but even those riffs are kind of like very technical in the way they play it. Even on the first listen, there's like lots of moments on this album that stand out and lots of riffs that you can remember. Like, no, it's fucking great. So yeah, new thing, Agonal Hymns. This is one of the most brutal albums I've ever heard, but it's somehow managed to be memorable, catchy, and give you something else than just brutality for the sake of it, which it has in spades. So I can't recommend it enough. The next one we are going to be talking about is an album I actually talked about in, I think it was the last video I did, so I won't haggle on about it too fucking long. We gotta change the angle. It's the new Putridity album, which I picked up. Like I said, I've been familiar with Putridity, but they didn't really, for some reason, they didn't really catch on to them before this album came out. This album was really like something special for me. I felt like some of the previous material I listened to, they just sounded too much like other bands I've heard. Primarily The Scourge, but I feel like on this album they really, in a weird way, proved to me that like, oh yeah, this is its own unique band, and they're committed to what they're doing, I guess. Everything I just said about Nothing pretty much applies to this album, although it's more sort of like technical and more sort of like thought-provoking, where you have to think about it more, but there's still like catchy riffs that stand out. And I mean the first song on the album, it, like the first couple times you hear it, you don't really notice it that much because it's just so overwhelming with the fucking massive fucking production on this album. But the first song on the album has like nothing but catchy fucking riffs. And then the second song has like one who you stand, like we've already been over this. It's got catchy riffs, you can move around to it. Although there are lots of tasty technical death moments where you're just listening to it and you're like 25 times and you are still figuring it out. It's really an album you can just get lost in, and sort of like the first time, a couple times I got this, I just listened to it kind of like hypnotized by it. You slowly pick up new details here and there, and oh, there's this like really cool bass part here, oh nice. That's sort of how you're meant to listen to this. And definitely, without a doubt, this is the album of the year for me. So, the new Putridity, did I even say the title? Morbid Ataraxia? Fucking check it the fuck out. For the final album, I was kind of like, I could have picked some more brutal shit, but we've already talked plenty about the sick shit, bro. So I thought I might pick something different for the last one. Extremity definitely applies to this one. Repulsion, Horrified. So this album, still to this day, this is one of the most intense fucking albums ever to me. Something about the fucking production on this thing, and just like Scott Carlton's like really abrasive vocals, it just gets me. Do we even have to go over the nasty fucking bass sound? And I mean the way fucking Dave Grave is drumming is so fucking fast for its time, and he only has one kick drum. It's fucking nuts. Maybe it's because of the production, it just makes it feel faster than it actually is, because you can't fully tell what's going on. This album was so ahead of its time for '86, when it was recorded and sort of like semi-officially released, like put out by the band themselves. But it was intended to be an album, but it didn't get released until '89, and you could say that, oh, by that time you had like Napalm Death and Carcass, but the thing is that Carcass and the Napalm Death guys, they all listened to Repulsion. So if it wasn't for Repulsion, those bands wouldn't sound like they do. So I mean, to me, these guys are the grindcore pioneers. They're the masters. Love this album. There's not a single slow moment on this entire album. It just goes for the throat, and it just keeps your attention somehow from beginning to end. Like unlike Nothing, which I just talked about, as intense as that music can be, it's kind of like it. At times it sort of like gets to the point where there's so much going on and it's so fucking brutal, and everything is just so guttural and low tuned that you don't even know how to respond to it. This album, you always know how to fucking respond to it and just get you moving, you know. And for that reason, it's one of the most intense albums fucking ever. Fucking love this, and also one of my favorites of all time, probably in the top 10. Let me show you the wax, because it looks awesome. I have the cool one, not the poser version, goddammit. It's the reddish, brownish wax. And then with a cool splatter. Some of the details kind of lost on the camera. Looks great. It looks fucking great. So anyway, that's my the most extreme albums in my collection. Again, this is the real shit. The shit that jams, you know. Not this fucking Last Days of Humanity, Putrefaction in Progress. I'll give you the production. It sounds extreme, you know. It's fucking damn near unlistenable. But goddamn, can I not remember a single thing about it when it's over? Yeah. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.